And this is the scene in so many spots in western New York. Buried
in feet of snow. People are trapped in cars, even in their own homes. And it's not over yet. We're tracking out how much more snow will fall.
And good afternoon, everyone. Mike Bettis here in Hamburg, New York, where, hey, they finally got the plows out, and we may actually be able to get somewhere today. Now the question is, how much more snow will fall on top of the 4 feet we've already received? Stick around. I'll have a live report still to come. But let's head up a road to peace to Reagan Medji. Good morning.
Good morning there, Mike, and good morning to you. Reagan Medji here in Elma, New York. We're on our way to Lancaster. Now that the snow has stopped falling, we're going to see just how much snow has accumulated. We're looking at maybe 5 feet where we're going. Weather Center Live starts now.
Good morning. 8 in the west, 10 in the central time zone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Warren.
And I'm Jen Carfagno. It is a lake effect emergency today in parts of New York, in and around Buffalo, especially in those south towns. And we've got our live crews out there. Reagan heading into, I think, the biggest totals that we've seen coming in, about 65 inches of snow.
Phenomenal.
More than 5 feet.
We're going to get to that in a moment. But first, the latest. At least 5 storm-related deaths have been reported. One man found in his car in a ditch, buried under snow. Another pinned beneath a car he was trying to free from snow. And 3 others suffered heart attacks, 2 believed to have happened while shoveling snow. Right now, dozens of tractor trailers and cars are stuck out there, still on the Thruway. A 132-mile stretch of the New York Thruway remains closed at this time. NBC News' Dylan Dreyer has more.
Blinding and brutal. The snow coming down at a rate of 4 inches every hour. Time-lapse footage showing a wall of snow moving in off Lake Erie. It's called lake effect snow, and it's having some effect. There's a car under there somewhere, and there, hundreds of vehicles were stranded, including a bus carrying the Niagara women's basketball team, stuck for more than 20 hours, among the many in need of rescuing.
Cars everywhere, even police officers off in ditches.
Buffalo's mayor continues urging people to stay off the roads.
We are asking that people stay home.
Some have no choice.
Oh, it's been hectic. My ignition is frozen.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. This is something people are going to tell their grandkids and their great-grandkids about.
Those stranded by the storm told their stories using social media. Winter-tested residents in awe, with the snow piled so high it towered over some, or presented a nearly impossible task. Others swallowed up. And for those trying to leave home, it left quite an impression.
Now, there's a lot of ways to describe what's happening here. You saw the smiles on the kids' faces, and they're loving it. But then you're hearing from the adults, and one person described it as terrifying on Twitter. I mean, you look at that snow piled up around you, and it feels like you can't get out. You can't go anywhere.
In many ways, it's likely the feeling that you get on a desert island if you're stranded. I mean, yes. You feel cut off. And right now, fortunately, meteorologist Mike Bettis, he's not cut off. We're able to speak with him, and he's near his hotel, near some food. He's checking out the scene here. And Mike, what are your thoughts on things? Kind of give us a perspective, because we check in with you and Reagan and other people, and we see snapshots. Can you give us an idea of the perspective and the scope of this?
Right. Well, I gotta say, this really will go down, and here's what I say, Chris. Everyone here that we talked to, it's been comparing this to the blizzard of '77. This was no blizzard of '77. We didn't have that wind. But mark my words when I say, next time we come here, they'll say, oh man, this snow is going to be big, but it's not as big as November of 2014. This will now become the new benchmark for snow. 48 inches here in Hamburg. I mean, we are knee to waist deep in most areas around the city here. The plows are out here, though, but we've been calling it the Freedom March. Did you see the guys that were walking down there? They're all trying to get out of the parking lot, but the plow is their only chance to get out because he's going to clear the road. Well, the plow got stuck. And so now they're down there. They're going to try to dig him out or push him out so he can get back up to work. It's hard. I mean, there's just no two ways about it when you've got this much snow. Well, they're making some progress there, maybe. I'm not sure. Probably want to go forward and backwards more than left and right, I have a feeling. But anyway, it gives you some perspective on just how tough it is to deal with all this snow out here. And again, I don't think for a lot of people that have lived here, they've ever really seen this much snow fall in a 24-hour period. They've seen it blow and drift and it'd be 8-10 feet high. It's not like that, but just the pure amount of just measurable snow. This one definitely one for the record books, guys.
Mike, the guy in the plow there, was he just moving snow out of the way, or why is he all the way in that deep snow? What is that leading to?
Well, this driveway here, if the hotel's right here, okay, it's right here to my left or to my right, and this is the driveway to get out to the street. Right where he's parked, right there, the street goes to right where he's parked. The street goes to the right, and so that's how you've got to get out. And so he's got to clear a path for everyone to get down to the street. Then the street has to be cleared out as well. But everyone has to dig out before they can even get to that. And so I think he was just trying to be helpful here and get the parking lot dug out. He maybe I don't know what happened there. He maybe got a little over aggressive in pushing the snow up the bank there. But you've got to get it out of the way so people can make that right-hand turn.
Mike, question for you. We just saw you were up to your knees in snow. Then a few feet away, you're standing where the truck drove. Is that essentially packed snow? And could they be just digging themselves down into that?
So all you have to do is get to this point. If you can get to this, there's probably, I bet you there's probably a solid at least 6 inches underneath that. But if you can get your car dug out to this point, you can get some traction on this and get out. I mean, obviously you can't drive in this. I mean, no one can drive in this. Even the plows can't drive in this. I mean, you need heavy front end loaders, and you've got to have the big giant, highway plows to get through this kind of stuff. So, this kind of job through the parking lot here, those kind of plows can handle on the pickup trucks. But if you're driving, sports car or just drive a family sedan, if you can get to this, you're in good shape.
It begs the question, Mike, I mean, how do you know where the roads are? I'm looking at that and I can't tell what is supposed to be there.
Well, that's a good point, actually. And I'll show you. I think we showed you these before. And I'll walk down here real quick and see if you can even see these things or not. The bank is right here. The curb is right here, and they've got these markers. Okay, I'll pull one out there. See these markers? This marks the curb, so you know where the road is. We'll put that back down in there. So the road is somewhere between there and there. So that's where the plow's looking to go.
All right. Mike Bettis, thank you for that. And good idea putting out those markers, no doubt. They're used to snow here in Buffalo, but this is extreme. And we're going to break down this event, continuing to show you the pictures and the video, some of the most amazing sights up next.
Fatherhood. Lesson number 1.
Deep sea delight.
Pregnant wives have late night cravings.
The ice cream, please.
Lesson number 2.
Thank you.
Make sure you get her ice cream in a cup with a lid.
That's why you want accident forgiveness from Allstate. It keeps your rates from going up just because of an accident. Plus, when you switch today, you could save up to 10% more on your auto policy.
Just a few more ways the good hands are doing more than ever before.
Call 866-532-0707 now.
When he first joined the Army, I was very nervous.
We didn't know what they would have him doing. But Bobby always had a plan.
With unmatched training in over 150 careers beyond the battlefield, there are over 150 surprising ways to become Army strong. Talk to your son or daughter about opportunities in the Army.
This week on the Weather Channel mornings, with winter weather in full effect, relentless cold has settled in across most of the nation. When will it let up, and how will it affect your travel? And we reveal the top 5 airports with the most weather delays. Is yours on the list? Find out. Wake Up with Al and AMHQ this week on the Weather Channel mornings.
Currently in our area, 63 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, cloudy with occasional rain showers. High 68. Chance of rain 40%. Tonight, skies clearing overnight. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 62. Thursday, partly cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower, high 75. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Right now, we're tracking relentless cold and snow affecting tens of millions, and another major event is on the way. We'll be here all day and night with the latest on the Weather Channel.
At Panera Bread, we're celebrating the season with our chicken tortellini Alfredo, made with 5 cheeses and topped with smoked chicken. Add a crisp classic Caesar salad for a pairing that brings comfort and joy to your dinner table. Only at Panera Bread.
Brighten your rainy day with Panera Bread's chicken tortellini Alfredo with Caesar salad.
Oh yeah, that's going down. Oh, yeah. Let's get some rocks back.
Health can change in a minute. So CVS Health is changing healthcare, making it more accessible and affordable, with over 900 locations for walk-in medical care and more on the way. Minute Clinic, another innovation from CVS Health. Because health is everything.
Summer's over. The kids have grown 2 sizes.
We all need new coats.
Burlington has so many great options for the season. Scarves, jackets, shoes, great brands.
And the prices won't break the bank.
3 kids' coats for under $90.
Look out, Winter.
Here come the Wilsons.
For most people, earning cash back ends here at the purchase. But there's a new card in town. Introducing the Citi Double Cash Card. It lets you earn cash back when you buy and again as you pay. That's cash back twice. It's cash back with a side of cash back. The Citi Double Cash Card, the only card that lets you earn cash back twice on every purchase, with 1% when you buy and 1% as you pay. With 2 ways to earn, it makes a lot of other cards seem one-sided.
The pictures from this lake effect emergency really show why there are so many problems with trying to get around, people abandoning their cars. It's just phenomenal amounts of snow, history book type snow.
Trapped by the snow. Now, you got to take a moment and really look at these pictures. You see all the snow coming in and knocked down the screen door. The snow is in their house. He's in flip-flops, shoveling snow inside.
And then the faces of this, the people being helped, and of course the first responders going out in the thick of it. When all of this snow was coming down, first responders, they're out there.
I mean, these images are just amazing. All of that snow outside getting blown inside. And again, as Chris mentioned, the first responders have been extremely busy, and they've had to do above and beyond work, like in one instance, firefighters had to carry a man to the hospital.
And this is an example of how deep this snow can be. And then keep in mind, if you get the drifts, the wind-driven snow can be over your head.
Let's look at the time lapse of this event. And, you know, from a meteorological perspective, this is one that we are going to study for quite some time. And this shows you the story. Carl Parker is going to break this down. But
our winter weather expert, Tom Nizzle, says this is the best example of lake effect snow as far as video goes.
I mean, you can see everything that is happening right there. And we'll break it down here and slow down the video so you can see exactly what's going on and how we end up with, you know, 65 inches of snow in one spot.
And then just a little ways away, not much at all.
2, 3.
Couple inches.
Yes. Okay.
Nothing.
Now let's take a look here at what we've been dealing with the snowfall. Reagan Medji has been on the road. She's heading towards Lancaster, New York, which is one of the spots, Reagan, that got the most amount of snow, about 63 or 65 inches. What are you seeing along the way?
Well, we are seeing a lot of mounds of snow. Better yet, let's have our dash cam show you what we're seeing. This is a live look at, this is Route 20. This is a direct route, direct vein to Lancaster. We just left Elma and we're headed north to Lancaster. And you see the plows moving the snow to and fro. You see people on the right there taking pictures of this activity. And I spoke with a sheriff's deputy just a few minutes ago. He said it is 44 years working. He has never not been able to go to work because of the snow. So just put that in perspective. Now look on the right. You see that guy standing? Look at that perspective and the mound of snow he's standing right next to. And the ironic part of all of this, there's a frozen custard sign to the right of me that my wonderful photographer Art told me about. And I thought that was kind of ironic. You see a bunch of the mounds of snow just dropping off, being pushed to the side. And what else do you see here? Black macadam. something you have not been able to see. So, of course, we're following this entire aftermath of the system as we continue on our way to Lancaster, upstate New York. That's about 20 miles outside of Buffalo. And why are we going there? Because of that possibility at points 5 feet of snow that dropped all throughout the 2 days that the snow was falling. And then we're not including the snow drifts as well. So let's take another look at the dash cam, because if you're going to be heading out into Lancaster, this is what you will be looking at and experiencing. However, there is a ban on driving, and the police are telling me that you really are asked to stay off the road because see all this activity on the right with the plows? That's why. Now that guy's trying to tell us to go around him. I don't think he knows we're with the Weather Channel, but really, sir, I'm sorry, we're doing a good deed for the people out there and our viewers. So this is this is the greatest live look I can give you for Route 20 on our way to Lancaster, upstate New York, where all the mounds of snow are now being pushed aside for the emergency vehicles getting to the people that may need the help. Back to you guys.
Reagan, thank you. And that was a great description. Mountains of snow.
And you notice, even if you were to be able to get out, you're not going to get your hot dog, your auto parts,
everything's closed.
And you can't get in. They've piled up over all the entrances there. It's going to be a while before things get back to normal.
All right, more to come on the next round of snow coming in.
Black Friday savings start right now. So let's open the door to low prices. Yeah, wide open. Let's hurry and save on appliances here and here, from top to bottom. Shop the biggest names and the season's best savings. Let's open up new possibilities with Black Friday prices. That's how to holiday. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Get this Maytag or GE washer, your choice, at just $3.99.
Phil, what happened to you?
Oh, it's Black Friday. It's crazy. Saved hundreds. How'd you make out?
Well, I slept in and saved thousands.
There's a more civilized way to do Black Friday. Why save hundreds when you can get a check for thousands during the Buick Black Friday sales event? Now make your best deal on a Buick sedan in stock the longest and get cash back for 20% of the MSRP. That's nearly $8,000 on this LaCrosse. Hurry, this offer ends December 1st.
All right, Whiplash.
5, 6, and I push people beyond what's expected of them.
Why would you let him get away with what he did to you?
Because I want to be great.
I can cut you anytime I want.
You would have cut me by now.
Try me! There are no two words in the English language more harmful than good job.
Whiplash, rated R. Now playing at a theater near you.
You owned your car for 4 years. You named it Brad. You loved Brad. And then you totaled him. You two had been through everything together. 2 boyfriends, 3 jobs. You're like, nothing can replace Brad. Then Liberty Mutual calls. And you break into your happy dance.
If you sign up for Better Car Replacement, we'll pay for a car that's a model year newer with 15,000 fewer miles than your old one. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
This week on the Weather Channel mornings, with winter weather in full effect, relentless cold has settled in across most of the nation. When will it let up, and how will it affect your travel? And we reveal...
Julie? Wow, you look tired. I got up at 3 a.m. for Black Friday, but I saved hundreds. How'd you make out? I slept in. Still saved thousands. Oh.
Why save hundreds when you can get a check for thousands? During the GMC Black Friday sales event, make your best deal on a GMC Sierra in stock the longest. Now get cash back for 20% of the MSRP. That's almost $9,700 back on this Sierra. Hurry, this offer ends December 1st.
A ballpark flame grilled patty with the guys. Can it get any more American? Boom. Made with 100% beef, bold, juicy, ready in about a minute. Flame grilled freedom.
Eczema can just really put a damper on a lot of things. Constant itching and scratching. I'm not myself.
Gold Bond Eczema Relief Cream. Used daily, it's proven to relieve 5 frustrating symptoms of eczema.
Gold Bond Eczema Relief really works.
Mana now at 1-866-680-4971.
See the weather like never before.
Look at this! Listen to that!
Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel mornings.
Currently in our area, 59 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, cloudy with occasional rain showers. High 68. Chance of rain 40%. Tonight, skies clearing overnight. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 62. Thursday, partly cloudy. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 75. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Snow totals from this lake effect emergency that we have been tracking. 65 inches now coming in as one of the top totals. Lancaster, 63. West Seneca, 57. I mean, these totals are amazing. But what's also as amazing is not how much snow fell in one spot, but how little fell in another spot. Let's take a look. Welcome back to Weather Center Live. We need to look into these massive snow amounts and go down here and dig deep into what's going on in the Buffalo area. So it was a narrow lake effect snow band that set up and it dropped feet of snow. And we saw 60 inches near Lancaster, New York, only 3.9 inches of snow near the airport here in Buffalo. And that is only a 6-mile difference. Look at that. Tremendous difference, tremendous gradient across the area. And that's just one of the fascinating aspects of this lake effect snow. Chris and Carl are going to break down more of what's been going on. Guys.
And so we saw that narrow band, and here's the edge of that lake effect snow as it was happening.
You know, this is some of the most amazing weather video that I've ever seen. And so what you've got here is you've got a convergent flow. You've got wind that's coming in like this, and the air is actually sinking there, which is why it is so clear north of the band. But then as soon as you get past that convergent area, you've got tremendous uplift, and you can really see that. And what's really interesting about this is we're not looking at cloud bases here as we typically think of it. That actually starts right on the lake. So the cloud is literally coming out of the lake here, and you've got this huge amount of uplift, and then right along that shear zone where the winds are converging in their slightly different directions, different speeds, you're getting little spin ups. Every once in a while, you'll see just a little spin up right along the edge there. We were watching this yesterday, and our jaws were on the floor. I mean, it's just amazing video.
And something else we show the wind streams going over the lake.
Yeah.
And when this is in motion, you can see it rising, and then the whole thing moving along with the prevailing winds.
Yeah, that's right. And so this is right at that area of convergence where the wind is coming together, and when the wind comes together, obviously it can't go into the ground, it's got to go up, and there's tremendous uplift there, and that's also related to the instability created by the temperatures because the lake water is so warm relative to this air that's coming over top of it. And when you get a lot of uplift like this, and you think about a lot of different cases where that happens, you know, whether it's a wildfire or whatever, when you have a lot of uplift in the atmosphere and you've got these shear zones, you can get these little spins that occur, and we saw that right along the edge of this. So just amazing pictures of the lake effect band there. Now, this is a photo that was taken from a plane as someone was leaving Buffalo, and that is the very same thing. It's that very sharp interface. This is why we had 60+ inches in some areas, and then just a few miles away, just a few inches of snow.
Because the snow's coming down in here.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
is
getting
crazy
crushed
in here. And it didn't really move much at all. It stayed focused on the same areas through the entire event.
And that's why, imagine you're driving right here. You're driving on this road that's lit up, and then all of a sudden, bam, you're in a snowstorm.
Right. And
just like that.
Which is exactly what you would want to do. And, you know, I was actually surprised. It was great to hear that that woman was okay, who was stuck, but it was really surprising to hear that she didn't take the warning very seriously. You know, she said, well, I just didn't really think it was
snows and
yeah, and they are used to that.
And And really, it's the difference between steady rain and a thunderstorm rain.
Right.
But in this case, it's snow.
Right, because you were getting 5 inches of snowfall per hour. And we've got more on the way, and we could be talking about another foot and maybe a couple of feet of snow in the same areas.
And a big ingredient for that is the cold, and we know a lot about that around the country, right, Jen?
Yes, we do. And we do have another sort of reinforcing shot of cold air coming in, which will lead to another round of lake effect snow right there off of Lake Erie. All right, let's look at Chicago, for example, to talk about the cold. It has now been a week plus that we have been below freezing. 7 days, 10 hours, Chicago below freezing, and it's not going to get better just yet. It actually gets worse before it does get better over the weekend. But still the dip in the jet stream. We're still looking at a reinforcing shot of cold air coming on in. Temperatures running 10 to 20 degrees below average. You know, places from Charlotte to D.C. to New York City, we set records this morning, and we've got more cold coming in again. Now, for Chicago, Minneapolis, today and tomorrow are going to be below average. By Friday, you can see, notice, temperatures start to come up a little bit. Still below average, but it's a trend that we will see continue through the weekend, and that is a warming trend with the temperatures. Chris.
And Jen, we know the snow around Buffalo, especially the south, is taking a bit of a break, but still, after in some cases 5 feet of snow, people still trapped in their cars or stranded. This is far from over. And then another round of lake effect snow on the way. We're gonna let you know where and when coming up.
Ring, ring. Progresso. It's okay that your soup tastes like my homemade.
It's our slow-simmered vegetables and tender white meat chicken.
Apology accepted. I'm watching you, soup people.
Make it Progresso or make it yourself.
She was a good companion, eyes like the Grand Canyon. She was an American beauty. She was a long goodbye. She was the best I lived by. She was an American beauty. With her wayfarers on in the summer sun, her touch felt like a loaded gun. Wish I had held her long. Yeah. Wish I had held her long.
Sweetie, I'd love a hazelnut.
Mom, Dad, Big Uncle Wayne.
Hot chocolate.
Green tea.
Decaf, cuz.
Wow.
I'm dying for Nurple tea.
The all-new Keurig 2.0 is here.
Discover card.
I just received a text from Discover HQ.
Yep, we check every purchase every day and alert you if anything looks suspicious.
Nice. I'm looking into some suspicious activity myself.
Madam, that is not a changing table.
At Discover, we treat you like you'd treat you. Get the It Card at discover.com.
When he first joined the Army, I was very nervous.
We didn't know what they would have him doing. But Bobby always had a plan.
With unmatched training in over 150 careers beyond the battlefield, there are over 150 surprising ways to become Army strong. Talk to your son or daughter about opportunities in the Army.
Why do I take Metamucil every day? Because it helps me skip the bad stuff. I'm good. That's what I like to call the Meta Effect.
4-in-1 Multi-Health Metamucil, now clinically proven to help you feel less hungry between meals. Experience the Meta Effect with our new Multi-Health Wellness line.
Oh, no.
Who are you?
Daddy, this is Blair. He booked this room with Priceline Express deals and saved a ton.
I got everything I wanted. I always do.
You seem nice.
This week on the Weather Channel mornings, with winter weather in full effect, relentless cold has settled in across most of the nation. When will it let up, and how will it affect your travel? And we reveal the top 5 airports with the most weather delays. Is yours on the list? Find out. Wake Up with Al and AMHQ this week on the Weather Channel mornings.
Currently in our area, 59 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, cloudy with occasional rain showers. High 68. Chance of rain 40%. Tonight, skies clearing overnight. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 62. Thursday, partly cloudy. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 75. Here's our 7-day outlook.
If you missed this Sunday night on the Weather Channel, you'll never know how twisted weather can be. Wicked Weather Sundays, every Sunday night at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Are going to get stronger, and we're going to see more conditions like this.
This has been a lake effect snowstorm that other lake effect snowstorms will be compared to. Welcome back to Weather Center Live. I'm Jen Carfagno.
And I'm Chris Warren. This is going to be considered a classic. It is considered a classic crippling snow event. In this case, lake effect snow hammering, especially the south part of Buffalo.
Now, unfortunately, it has turned into a deadly lake effect snow event. It's been record shattering with the amount of snow. 60 inches plus has fallen in some of the Buffalo, New York suburbs in just a 24-hour period. Now, 132 miles of the New York Thruway are closed. Dozens of cars and semis have been stranded.
And this has become a deadly storm as well. One person killed in a crash on a treacherous stretch of Interstate 90, 5 in all. Another man was found in a car in New York, and 3 others died from heart attacks, 2 of those while shoveling snow.
Now, more than 3 feet already on the ground around Hamburg, New York, where we find our Mike Bettis. We've got more snow coming in again with another round of lake effect snow.
And we want to go right now to meteorologist Mike Bettis. And Mike, I know you're not looking at it, but can you give us a verbal update of the truck? Did they get the truck out of the snow?
Yeah, actually it did. I show you I-90 back there, by the way. I know you guys were just talking about that. That's I-90 right there on the other side of the trees. No traffic on it, obviously. It still remains closed, but you know, digging out is the biggest thing that we're doing right now. We've been talking about the hotel we're at where the vehicles have just completely snowed over, right? That's what happens when you get 48 inches of snow in just a 24-hour period. You know, the folks here that have been at the folks that have been here at the hotel, by the way, are digging out nicely. You know, this is a beautiful place without snow. Oh, hey, we got some success. All right, there we go. Not bad. Bravo. All right, so we're digging some cars out. We're making, hey, baby steps, right? There's plenty to cheer about. Now, you were talking, Jen and Chris, about the plow. We did finally get him out. Okay, see, he's right there. He's just parked now, but he's been plowing at least some spaces behind the vehicles here to get him out. So he's at least not stuck anymore. That's good progress. But notice how big the snow banks are. We put another foot of snow potentially on top of this. That's in the forecast. It's going to get really sloppy.
Yeah, for sure, Mike. So we were curious what it looked like there before the snow came. So we pulled up on Google, and we can show folks what the area looked like before all the snow, because we're wondering, you know, how you find roads, how you get out of there. And I know you showed us the markings. Here we go, showing the folks where you are in that parking lot right there, which leads out to the access road. We got it highlighted with our mouse. You got a lot of digging out to go. I mean, to really get to a road that's going to take you somewhere.
Right. Well, if we wanted to get up to the interstate, you know, that access road that you were talking about, yesterday when we were coming in that way, there was a vehicle ahead of ours, and we were kind of pulling in behind him. He couldn't see the road anymore. He literally drove left off the road, and we were about to follow him, and we saw him get stuck, and we stopped, and we're like, oh, wait, hold on a second. That's not actually the road. He literally drove off the road because he couldn't see anything. We found our way toward that access road, and literally, I'm not kidding you here, Matt, our cameraman here, he literally walked 20 feet in front of our truck, and he guided us like Rudolph because we couldn't see. We could see him and his blue jacket 20 feet in front of us, but we couldn't see behind him. So we were literally just following him as he walked, and we made it to the hotel. It was crazy. I've never been so nervous driving in snow before as I was yesterday.
Matt Safer, will you guide our satellite truck tonight? That's the new theme for him. Mike, real quick, we do have to go and talk more about the forecast, but the snow that's there right now and people shoveling it is making me nervous. How heavy is that snow that's there?
Well, it's not heavy snow, Jen. It's just there's so much of it. I mean, this is light, fluffy stuff, but when you've got 4 feet to dig out from under, it takes forever. And so it's a lot of work, isn't it? It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I mean, each shovelful is not that particularly heavy, but when you're talking about, okay, I've got to do a couple hundred shovelful loads just to get my car out, and it's going to take me an hour to do it, that's like running on the treadmill for an hour. It's hard work.
All right, Mike. No doubt. Thank you.
We really appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, you can see he was the guy shoveling, had his jacket off. He just had a sweatshirt on. He's working hard out there.
He certainly is. And the other people that have been working really hard, fire crews and first responders, and they were doing this while the snowstorm was happening.
All right, so they have been pulling stranded people from their cars. And you can see in this picture, a group of firefighters carried an injured man 10 blocks to the hospital.
And life does go on, whether there's a storm or not. And a woman couldn't make it all the way to the hospital. She gave birth at Buffalo's Engine 4 firehouse. And we are told that mom and baby are going to be fine.
Oh, I love that story. That baby is going to have quite the story to tell. Here's another look at cars that have just been stranded. Mike McKenzie shared this on social media.
I mean, look at this. I mean, it looks like the walking path is higher than the car here.
Yeah.
And you can see just how much snow is piled up there as well.
And so you're wondering, is that the interstate? I mean, Look at this. You remember Atlanta last year
first
when
thing I thought when you said
got stuck? But in Atlanta, it was just a tiny bit of snow that got, iced over on the roads. This is literally snow that has blocked in these cars like quicksand almost.
And then this house, a cat or dog could walk right up onto the roof.
Wow. Unbelievable. I mean, how do you get out of a house in a case like this? If you have a cat or dog, how do you take them out?
You got to burrow out, right?
Yeah.
Or you got to dig your way out. So on top of this snow, it's possible there could be another foot, maybe 2 feet of snow.
Let's go to Carl Parker in the lab because, Carl, the next concern is more snow coming up here on the way.
Yeah, right now what we're thinking is 12 to 18 inches, but there is some modeling showing more than 20 inches of snow in a lot of the very same areas south of Buffalo. And let's begin with a look at where this band is right now. It has been lifting up as the trajectory has been changing, going from more west-southwest to a little more southwest, lifting up that band into Niagara Falls. We got a bit of snow in Buffalo, and right now the snowfall rates are not nearly what they were yesterday, about 1 to 2 inches per hour max. And that band is actually going to go away courtesy of this system that's coming through, disrupting the wind flow. And with that, we're going to get light snow coming across the eastern lakes over the next day. But then by late tonight and early tomorrow, we begin to see another band developing with the very strong northwesterly and westerly winds behind that next system. So this is how it's going to play out in the modeling. There's the band going away, and then we see the lighter snow. But then by very late tonight, overnight, we start to see another band developing, and then by tomorrow morning, it really starts kicking in here and going into the afternoon. Again, a lot of the very same areas that got 3 and 4 and 5 feet of snow are going to be in for a lot more snow. It could easily be a foot and maybe even approaching a couple of feet in some areas. So another big round on the way. That band also coming off of Lake Ontario, now lifting up and into Canada, and there is the additional snow forecast. 12 to 18 is what we've got right now, and that is certainly not going to help things out. Christian, back to you.
Carl, thank you.
Certainly amazing, and because of that, because what we've already seen, travel difficult, and in some cases in Western New York, travel is banned.
Let's go to our Reagan Medji, who is on the road. Reagan.
We have arrived in the town of Lancaster, and it's no joke with this snow. Let's take a look at the dash cam. You can see the mounds and mounds tunneling us down the street. When we come back, we'll have a closer look at the depth of the snow.
Currently in our area, 61 degrees with showers. Today, cloudy with occasional rain showers. High 68. Chance of rain 40%. Tonight, skies clearing overnight. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 62. Thursday, partly cloudy. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 75. Here's our 7-day outlook.
From DreamWorks Animation comes the Penguins of Madagascar movie.
How about some music?
Witness the beginning.
Oh, you my family. You don't have a family, and we're all going to die. What's the matter with you, Kowalski?
The end.
Can you fly it, man?
There's only one way to find out. No, I still can't read.
And everything in between. DreamWorks Penguins of Madagascar. Rated PG. November 26th, only in theaters.
They call it a minivan, but there's nothing mini about it. Say goodbye to the two-seater and hello to parenthood.
Allstate can help you save an average of $3,000 on a new car. Let an Allstate agent surprise you by helping you get a deal on the car you might not want, but really need. Plus, call now and get 2 safe driving bonus checks a year for driving safe.
Just a few more ways the good hands are doing more than ever before.
Call 866-538-7521 now.
We all think about life insurance, but when we start worrying about tomorrow, we miss out on the things that matter today. At AXA, we offer advice and help you break down your insurance goals into small, manageable steps. Because when you plan for tomorrow, it helps you live for today. Can we help you take a small step? For advice, retirement, and life insurance, connect with AXA.
Let the Ancestry leaf guide you and reveal the one unique, improbable, and completely remarkable path that led to you. Discover your story. Start searching for free now at Ancestry.com.
What if you could get the performance you'd expect from a full-size music system without the complexity of a full-size music system? Presenting the Wave Music System 3 from Bose. It's engineered with exclusive waveguide speaker technology, allowing this small system to outperform many larger, more expensive stereos. And it includes convenient features like easy-to-use touch-top controls, an improved digital tuner for even better AM/FM reception. Plus, you can set 2 different wake-up times and gently wake up to your favorite music. Add accessories, and this versatile system lets you listen to your iPod or iPhone and charge it at the same time, or enjoy hours of your CDs uninterrupted. You'll even save $50 when you order the Wave Music System 3 by December 31st. Plus, receive free shipping to your door, so you can hear it risk-free for 30 days in your home. Be sure to ask about 6 easy payments with no interest charges from Bose. The Wave Music System 3. Simplicity, elegance, and performance. Only from Bose.
We're almost there.
If your bladder is calling the shots, you may have a medical condition called overactive bladder, or OAB.
Again? But we just went.
Ask your doctor about Myrbetriq, Mirabegron, to treat the OAB symptoms of urgency, frequency, and leakage.
Seriously? It's time to go to the doctor.
Myrbetriq is the first and only medicine in its class for OAB.
Myrbetriq may increase your blood pressure. Myrbetriq may increase your chances of not being able to empty your bladder. Tell your doctor right away if you have trouble emptying your bladder or have a weak urine stream. Myrbetriq may affect or be affected by other medications. So tell your doctor about all the medicines you take. Before taking Myrbetriq, tell your doctor if you have liver or kidney problems. Common side effects include increased blood pressure, common cold symptoms, urinary tract infection, and headache.
If your overactive bladder is calling the shots, ask your doctor about Myrbetriq. Visit mybladder.com to see if you're eligible for a year's worth of savings on Myrbetriq.
All right, let's go to the town of Cheektowaga, just outside of Buffalo. Actually, right now we've got a live look to start at Niagara Falls, where we do have some snow at the moment. Interesting scenario this morning where we have been tracking some lighter lake effect snow that has now shifted well north of Buffalo, and it's actually over Niagara Falls, so you can see. right now. All right, so the heaviest of snow by far was south of Buffalo.
Yeah.
Cheektowaga was one of the spots where they saw more than 4 feet of snow. And for one woman, it was more than her house could handle. The snow literally came knocking down the door.
Chrissy Hazard joins us on the phone. And Chrissy, first off, thanks for joining us. Please tell us how you're doing and explain what we're looking at and just what the scene's like there as we take a look at the pictures that you took.
We're okay. We're dealing with it. We are buried in our houses. The snow fell off the roof and blew the 2 back doors in, which you could see right there in the picture. We shoveled the snow back outside, and that is actually not a drift. That is actually our entire backyard. A Northtown Fire Department company, District Number 4 from Sheridan Park, came to hopefully make sure that our door is secure. We did put the door back in its place. It's not held in properly, but it is up, and we have a 6-foot table and a treadmill holding it up right now.
It's unbelievable. Now, has anything like this ever happened before?
Never. Never in 40 years. This is the first time I've ever seen it like that.
What's your neighborhood like? I mean, do you think you'll be able to get out at some point? Is there any hope, any light at the end of the tunnel for you?
We have no access to get out, or do we have access in? We actually have an elderly neighbor across the street from us who is 90 and lives alone, and her door is pretty much buried by the snow. We can't even get to her door to check on her.
How are you all staying warm with the door open like that?
The door is, right now, it's actually blocked. Like I said, we did put the 2 doors back in its spot and are holding it in there. So, I mean, the wind is not coming in as of right now. We're hoping, it stays like that.
Hey, Chrissy, you mentioned across the street there's a neighbor that's 90 years old. Are you guys trying to get to her, to contact her? What's being done?
We are trying. Another neighbor has made phone contact, and they said that she is okay in there. In case of an emergency, it would take quite a few hours to actually dig the snow out to actually reach her door.
Now, it looks like you and your whole family in that one picture with the firemen. Is everyone safe? Are you guys getting cabin fever? What's going on inside the home right now?
Well, we are currently celebrating our wedding anniversary. That was not meant to stay in the house today. However, we have 5 children here, plus we have 3 extras here that safely cannot make it to their homes. We're just trying to stay busy as we can, and what can you do? It's Buffalo.
Wow.
Chrissy Hazard, thank you for joining us. Try to stay warm, stay safe, and we are certainly thinking of you and looking at these pictures and just amazed by the massive amounts of snow.
And we've been amazed what we've seen with Reagan Medji. She's been driving around, taking a look and stopping and getting out to show us just how bad it is in places. Where are you right now, and what are you seeing, Reagan?
We are in Lancaster. You guys have been talking about the amount of snow here. I am 5'4"-ish, and look at the snow pile. So I'm going to walk over here. And to just give you a perspective, we said 63 inches, almost 5 feet. And look at this. The owner of this home, Mr. Burke, is on the other side, snow blowing all the way through here. There is no path to him. And he said in all his years living here, there has never been this amount of snow in such a short time, in such early of the season. So you've got mounds, incredible amount of snow here in Lancaster, south of Buffalo. Look at this, 5'4". And this is our big, humongous drift. So we are following the storm, the aftermath of it. And of course, there's more snow on the way. We will be in town to cover all of that when Weather Center Live returns.
Hey, Reagan, thank you for that. Up next, we'll go back to Carl Parker and talk more about that next round of lake effect snow that is still on the way.
All right, Whiplash, 5, 6, and I push people beyond what's expected of them.
Why would you let him get away with what he did to you? Because I want to be great.
I can cut you anytime I want.
You would have cut me by now.
Try me! There are no 2 words in the English language more harmful than good job.
Whiplash, rated R. Now playing at a theater near you.
I haven't seen this before.
There's never been a time where the North Pole couldn't keep up.
Nice of the owner to let us use his factory.
These WeatherTech people make pretty good elves. For people.
This holiday, give WeatherTech floor liners. They're laser measured to perfectly protect your specific vehicle. Check out all of our automotive accessories at WeatherTech.com or call 1-800-CarMats. Complete protection, completely American made. WeatherTech.com.
Hey! You got a set for the sleigh?
Everyone sees the same sky. But when we look up, we see something amazing. This fall, you've got to watch the Weather Channel mornings.
It will all start with the weather.
The weather's too important to cover in a few minutes.
It's starting to intensify.
Because it's not just about your forecast.
Look at this! Listen to that!
See the weather like never before. Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel mornings.
Currently in our area, 61 degrees with showers. Today, cloudy with occasional rain showers. High 68. Chance of rain 40%. Tonight, skies clearing overnight. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 62. Thursday, partly cloudy. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 75. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Andrew, Rita, Sandy. Meet Chris, Jackie, Joe. Minor damage or major disaster. When you need us most, we're there. State Farm. We're a force of nature, too.
At the end of the day, my hands are beat up.
Especially during the winter times, hands are splitting, cracking, making it very difficult to do my job.
O'Keefe's Working Hands. Guaranteed relief for dry hands that crack and split.
Best stuff we've ever used.
It just works.
Learn more at workinghands.com.
Black Friday savings start right now. So let's open the door to low prices. Yeah, wide open. Let's hurry and save on appliances here and here. From top to bottom. Shop the biggest names and the season's best savings. Let's open up new possibilities with Black Friday prices. That's how to holiday. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Save over $800 on the Samsung French door refrigerator.
Now?
This year, Walmart's Black Friday is 10 days of savings.
Now?
Oh, hold on. The savings will be bigger and better than ever before. Okay, go ahead.
Black Friday is back, and it's going to be huge. Get ready to win it at Walmart.com.
Energizer Ultimate Lithium, the world's longest-lasting AA battery in high-tech devices. Up to 6 times longer than the other leading brand.
Hugging a tree in average women's flannel. Hugging a tree in Duluth trading free swinging flannel. Duluth free swinging flannel.
Hey, Matt, what's up?
Just looking over the company bills.
Is that where we pay for internet?
Yep, DSL's about $90 a month.
That's funny. For that price with Comcast Business, I think you get like 50 megabits.
Wow, that's fast.
Personally, I prefer slow internet. There is something about the sweet, meditative glow of a loading website.
Don't listen to the naysayer. Switch to Comcast Business today and get 50 megabits per second for $89.95. Comcast Business, built for business.
They may not appear so different, but these people are still using outdated satellite TV. They've never lived in a world with Xfinity On Demand. Never known what it's like to catch up on the latest shows anytime, on any device. Wait, are they signaling us? Nope, just adjusting their dishes. They do that a lot.
Don't settle for outdated satellite. Experience TV and internet like never before with the X1 Entertainment Operating System, only from Xfinity.
Mana now at 1-866-680-4971.
See the weather like never before.
Look at this! Listen to that!
Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel Mornings.
All right, welcome back to Weather Center Live. We're going to break down the snowfall and how heavy it is because, Carl, we've been talking about this lake effect. We've seen the pictures of mounds of snow on the roofs of homes.
Yeah, and water has a tremendous amount of weight, and by extension, snow has a tremendous amount of weight. And so if you have 1 cubic foot of water, that weighs 60 pounds, which is pretty amazing in and of itself. That is, if you've got 3 inches of water on a cubic, or rather a square foot, that would be 15 pounds. So that much water, about that wide, would be about 15 pounds.
And this is about right because some of the biggest totals have been 60 inches, and so it was about a 20-to-1 ratio in terms of snow to rain to water.
Exactly, around a 15 to 20 to 1 ratio. So if you take a relatively small roof, 16 by 20 feet, that's 320 square feet, and then we multiply that by 15 pounds, we come up with 4,800 pounds. Now that is comparable to a 2014 Ford F-150. That's a very heavy roof. So a roof that size might be the size of a garage. So it's like putting the Ford on top of the garage.
It's spread out.
It's different because it's spread out. It's not just on where the tires are, but still you get the idea. That's an awful lot of weight.
And we're about to make it worse because more snow is coming, and also we're going to get a warm up and we're going to get a little rain. So a couple of problems here.
We're going to add liquid to that snow. So let's take a look at the snowfall totals. They have been absolutely incredible. Looking at 65 inches there in South Cheektowaga, and then 63 in Lancaster and West Seneca, 57 inches.
We just talked to a woman from Cheektowaga where the door of her home was blown in by all of the snow.
Yeah,
literally,
I saw that picture.
Yes,
incredible.
Incredible.
It really is amazing. And yes, we're going to add snow to all this. And so we want to take a look at the temperature profile because this has a lot to do with how all of this is going to work. You've got a low pressure that's now coming through the lake. So just ahead of that low, there is a little bit of a warm up, and there's also a change in wind direction that's going to interrupt these bands for a very short period of time.
So
but
we
then
get a break from the lake effect, and then another round.
But then after that, you've got this next plunge of Arctic air that's going to come through tomorrow, really starting late tonight. So the lake effect is going to kick in again, and that's going to be overnight and tomorrow. And so the very same areas that were hit so hard south of Buffalo could be in for a foot, maybe even 18 inches, maybe even a couple of feet of additional snow.
And then the story after that is there is a warm up coming for the weekend, but with that comes rain as well. So Carl, that's the next thing we really got to look into, and to the problems that it might cause with flooding or anything like that.
Absolutely.
All right, Carl, thank you. Chris, back over to you.
And Jen, with all that snow we've seen in western New York, so many cars stuck on so many roads with nowhere else to go, and some of the drivers camping out in their cars or at gas stations. Meteorologist Kim Cunningham shows us how they're trying to keep warm.
It's been cold and snowy and blowy. I can't move because my car's from Florida and it doesn't like this weather at all.
Like many others in upstate New York, Karen Marzak isn't going anywhere for a while. She and her nearly 13-year-old dog Bodie are camping out at this gas station in Hamburg, New York. They've been there since Monday night.
He's a senior dog and he's shivering. I've got all kinds of blankets on top of him. And we turn the car on every few minutes and bring the temperature up and then turn it off and save a little gas for the next hour.
Marzak and Bodie's adventure started in Florida. They got about 45 minutes from their destination and new home when they got stuck. She is worried about Bodie and how long they can hold out.
I'm buying here the last gas tank and the last bit of gas that this gas station has. Plan is just hunker down, stay warm, stay with these really nice people, buy some tea, and they've got some donuts for me too. And we've just been hoping it would stop so we could leave.
But it could be a couple more days before that happens. I'm meteorologist Kim Cunningham.
The worst of weather does bring out the best of people, though.
Certainly does.
Up next, Weather Center Live continues, and we've got Vivian Brown and Alex Wallace standing by.
They're covering the big dig out before the next round of snow.
Currently in our area, 62 degrees with showers in the area. Today, cloudy with occasional rain showers. High 68. Chance of rain 40%. Tonight, skies clearing overnight. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 62. Thursday, partly cloudy. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 75. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Are you kidding me? 37 inches of snow.
It was completely clear. As soon as I came around the bend, it's a wall of white.
I've lived in Buffalo my whole life, and I've never seen it like that. It was scary.
And thank you so much for joining us for Weather Center Live. I'm Vivian Brown.
And I'm Alex Wallace. There's a snow emergency today in upstate New York. The reports out of the Buffalo area staggering.
Yeah, some towns have seen as much as 5 feet already. And that actually leads us to scenes like this, roads covered. You can see cars can't move. At one point last night, more than 140 vehicles were stranded in this snow.
Yeah, and this epic snow event has turned deadly. At least 5 deaths are now linked to the storm. A travel ban that is still in place for some spots, and most people, well, they can't even leave their homes.
Or their hotels, for that matter. As a matter of fact, we have even sent out our crews because they're in the middle of this lake effect emergency, and they're kind of stuck in the hotels as well.
Yeah, insane. Now, Mike Bettis, he's at his hotel in Hamburg, New York. And Mike, you showed us cars buried practically to their hoods yesterday afternoon. What's it like right now?
It's, we're trying to get cars unstuck here as best we can. You know, lots of vehicles have got this issue. Trying to get them out. Not sure if we're going to get them done or not.
Rocket or no?
It's automatic probably, ain't it? We'll see what we can do with that one. Okay, so here's the deal. You know, we've got tons of snow. We're trying to get people unstuck from every place possible, including right here in the hotel parking lot. Some plows have been through. I-90 has been cleared, but they have not opened the highway just yet. Some of the side roads, including, you know, roads that you get back to your hotel here, an access road, portions of it have been cleared, but, you know, you go off the paved area just a little bit, you're in trouble. I mean, this vehicle is not that far off the tracks, and it's definitely stuck. And if you don't have four-wheel drive, you're in a lot of trouble. State of emergency is still in effect here, unfortunately. It means today going to be a tough day for us here, guys, across all of western New York. And now we're waiting for the next band of snow that comes in, and that could be maybe another foot or more of snow on top of the 4 feet that we already have. Just don't know where we're going to put it, Vivian. It's got to go somewhere, but I don't know where.
And Mikey, you're getting there trying to help that car out. Once you get out, where is it possibly going to be going?
That's a good question. I don't really know. You know, we've heard that some of the roads are open up there. I think a lot of people are just a little stir crazy right now. They're just trying to get somewhere. And so that's the issue that you run into. A lot of people are desperate to get out. And if they can, great. If they can't, then, you know, they end up getting stuck. So, you know, I don't know. Good question.
And I have to ask you this, Mike, because we're not done with this. We're sort of going to be dealing with a part 2 that could bring in more heavy snow. How are people sort of handling that potential thought?
Well, I think people are looking at the forecast very, very closely, and they're trying to make a decision today. Should I try to dig out and go now before the next round comes? Do I risk getting stuck? Or do I just wait it out wait for the next one to come past, and then put off my travels for yet another day. So I think that's what a lot of people are weighing right now. They're watching the TV and watching the forecast pretty closely to try to make their determination today.
All right, thank you so much, Mike Bettis there, trying to help folks out stranded there in the big snows. Vivian?
All right, well, you know what? Those winds today are shifting a little bit. That's why we have a little break in the snow, but more is on the way, as Mike mentioned. Now, we have our storm specialist, Carl Parker. He's in the lab to talk more about the shift of the snow band today, and again, the next system that's going to bring maybe another foot in the area.
Yeah, Viv, and maybe even more than that. Some of the modeling showing 20 inches or more, not very far away from where the greatest totals have been. And let's begin with a look at those totals. It is incredible what we are getting now. 65 inches in Cheektowaga, 63 in Lancaster. And then notice here the incredible gradient where we go from feet of snow to almost nothing. 3.9 is what occurred at the Buffalo Airport yesterday. Now that band, because of the change in the wind trajectory, has been lifting up. The winds, rather than being west-southwest, are turning more to the southwest, and the snow has come up and into Niagara Falls. The band is not nearly as intense as it was yesterday, so we're talking about snowfall rates of 1 to 2 inches per hour at the very most, and probably really more like 1 inch per hour at this point. And then here's the next system that's coming in. Now, this big area of cloud is associated with a modest low that's coming through and changing the wind fields and the temperature profiles such that we're going to get a large area of light snow, which is actually occurring now in the western lakes, and that's going to disrupt this band. There's the modeling showing you the lighter snow coming in later today. But then late tonight, our winds once again are coming out of the west-southwest. Very cold air comes in, so we have that differential in the air temperature and the lake temperature, and that's going to set up another band that will come into the areas south of Buffalo during the day tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, and then finally wind down most likely very late Thursday or early Friday. And that could mean another foot and a half, maybe even more than that in those very same areas, unfortunately. And it really has been tough, even for folks that are very hardy when it comes to snowfall. Another band here, Lake Ontario, is similarly lifting up, and there is the additional snowfall forecast through Friday off both lakes. Got a pretty sizable area of 12 to 18, but certainly there could be even more than that within those areas, maybe as much as close to a couple of feet. Here's the larger area of snow that's coming through associated with the low pressure in southern Michigan. We'll model this, and you can see how that moves through the eastern lakes in southern Ontario. Then again, those west winds really start to kick in during the day tomorrow, and we expect to see the lake effect bands going. But the Lake Erie band is going to shut off by late tomorrow, whereas the one coming off of Ontario is going to last longer, and we'll get some fairly heavy snow out of that. Alex, Viv, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Carl. I tell you, there is so much snow near Buffalo. Plows, they aren't even enough.
I know. Well, coming up next, we will talk to the people responsible for clearing, of course, the highways and the streets. We will let you know if the travel bans will be lifted.
And the Arctic air still hanging around. One of the coldest spots in the country this morning, Bradford, Pennsylvania. 6 degrees, tying a record from 2008. Woo!
Aleve, all-day pain relief with just 2 pills. Get back to being you.
So, as my personal financial psychic, I'm sure you know what this meeting is about.
Yes, a raise.
I'm letting you go.
I knew that.
You see, this is my Amerivest managed...
Balances.
No, portfolio. And if it doesn't perform well for 2 consecutive... Quarters.
Yeah.
Then Amerivest gives me back their advisory...
Stocks.
Fees for those quarters.
Yeah.
So, I'm confident I'm in good hands.
For all the confidence you need. TD Ameritrade. You got this.
This week on the Weather Channel Mornings, with winter weather in full effect, relentless cold has settled in across most of the nation. When will it let up, and how will it affect your travel? And we reveal the top 5 airports with the most weather delays. Is yours on the list? Find out. Wake Up with Al and AMHQ this week on the Weather Channel Mornings.
Currently in our area, 62 degrees with showers in the area. Today, cloudy with occasional rain showers. High 68. Chance of rain 40%. Tonight, skies clearing overnight. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 62. Thursday, partly cloudy. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 75. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Right now, we're tracking relentless cold and snow affecting tens of millions, and another major event is on the way. We'll be here all day and night with the latest on the Weather Channel.
This is Pete. Pete is helping his aunt move, so he's not thinking about tires right now. But if he were, all he'd need to know is TireRack.com. He could view the complete selection of Continental tires at TireRack.com. Then he'd have the confidence to drive safely in any weather. But Pete's not thinking about tires. Pete's thinking it would have been nice if his aunt had mentioned the Minor Bird. TireRack.com. Find, deliver, install.
From restoring damage in just one room to an entire building, turn to the cleanup team that's here in your community and here to help at 1-800-SERVE-PRO, like it never even happened.
Discover Brookside and discover an exciting combination of tastes. Rich, dark chocolate covering soft centers, flavored with exotic fruit juices. It's chocolate and fruit flavors like you've never experienced before. Discover Brookside.
Discover card. Hey, so I'm looking at my bill and my FICO credit score is on here. We give you your FICO score each month for free. Awesome sauce.
Wow. The only person I know that says that is Lisa.
Julie?
At Discover, we treat you like you'd treat you. Get the IT card and see your FICO credit score.
You are watching the Weather Channel, and we are following an ongoing lake effect emergency in upstate New York, and it all got started yesterday.
Yeah, our own Jim Cantori and our live crews in the field take you through the event as it developed.
The lake effect snow in Hamburg, New York, just south of Buffalo, really started cranking about 10 Monday night and didn't let up. By Tuesday morning around 6 or 7 o'clock, about 14 inches were already on the ground. Temperatures only in the upper teens. And with the winds at about 15 to 20 miles per hour, it felt a whole lot colder, like single digits.
My iPad literally just told me it's too cold to work. I'm not kidding you. It just gave a little thermometer and said it's too cold to work.
As the sun came up, it was evident. Travel was a mess, and it would only get worse.
Well, the roads that are open, minimal in this area right now. I got stuck on an off-ramp of the New York Thruway probably about 3 hours ago. I was on my way out. I had to have a plow truck driver come. He was kind enough just to come by and pull me out of that mess.
Also, brutal cold.
Hey, I'll let the pictures do the talking for us here. My eyes are frozen open. I can't blink.
About the same time, whiteout conditions, which remained on and off throughout the afternoon.
I think one of the really big deals, though, is visibility. I want you to follow that car right there, okay? Watch how this car is going to disappear in about 100 to 150 yards. Gone! You can't even see it anymore.
Just an incredible amount of snow, nearly 2 feet. And the winds gusting to nearly 40 miles per hour.
We are about thigh-high deep, and this is a sidewalk, believe it or not. This is an untreated sidewalk, and look at this snow. I mean, this is ridiculous.
At times, we were seeing snowfall rates averaging 2 inches or more an hour.
it's actually getting worse. This is the worst I've seen it, even though they've come by. I mean, there's, an inch or two of snow on the streets. You just can't keep up with it.
We're still 2 days away from this thing being over. And when it is, there could be as much as 6 feet of snow on the ground. I'm meteorologist Jim Cantori.
Yeah, that definitely has been our top story. The lake effect snows, as mentioned, taking a little break today, but that relentless Arctic attack, well, relentless. It's still in place, and we'll watch for another little burst of cold air, but then things will warm up, okay? There is light at the end of the tunnel, but let's talk about the record lows. We had them widespread this morning along the eastern seaboard, including New York City. At LaGuardia, anyway, we had a record low. It dropped down to 24 degrees. The same in Philadelphia. Even D.C. at the Dulles Airport got down to 18, and there you see in Charleston, West Virginia, 18 degrees this morning for a record low. Now, has it improved at all this hour? Well, somewhat. A good 10 degrees or so around the Boston area and New York City. It's still sub-freezing, though, in the New York area. 35 right now in D.C., still in the low 20s back across the western Great Lakes. Now, I had to show you the satellite picture because this is kind of the oxymoron of it all. The sun is out. It is bright. It's the type of day that if you're standing inside your home and you look outside the window, because it's so bright, it looks warm, it looks sunny, it looks beautiful. But the minute you step outside of the door, you notice that cold air is definitely in place. So that's what we'll be dealing with. But let's talk about the forecast, because eventually it will warm back up. Look at the average highs well into the mid-50s. That's what we should typically see, say, in the New York City area. Slightly warmer tomorrow, up to 40 degrees. And we do think that on Friday, we're back in the deep freeze. We're talking mid-30s. It won't be until Saturday and Sunday that we warm things up, just in time for the weekend, I guess, in the D.C. area, points north. Back to you, Alex.
All right. Well, we are looking ahead to the weekend, as Vivian mentioned. Warmer weather is coming, but that could mean some severe weather coming up. We'll tell you when the storms could fire up. And stay with us for continuing live coverage of the lake effect emergency in upstate New York. The snow has stopped for now in a few spots, but more is on the way.
$15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Everybody knows that.
Well, did you know certain cartoon characters should never have an energy drink?
Action.
Geico.
Introducing the Birds of America collection. 50 stunning hand-painted plates commemorating the state birds of our proud nation.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
This man has an accomplished research and analytical group at his disposal. But even more impressive is how he puts it to work for his clients.
Morning. Morning.
Thanks for meeting so early.
Oh, it's not a big deal at all. Come on in.
It's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing.
All right, whiplash, 5, 6, and I push people beyond what's expected of them.
Why would you let him get away with what he did to you?
Because I want to be great. I can cut you anytime I want. You would have cut me by now. Try me! There are no 2 words in the English language more harmful than good job.
Whiplash, rated R. Now playing at a theater near you.
You may not be a prepper now, but you will be. Whether the next disaster is man-made or wrought by Mother Nature, you need a plan. WiseFoodStorage.com's emergency gourmet meals are made in the USA, delicious, easy to prepare, just add water, and packaged and proportioned perfectly, eliminating waste and creating a shelf life of up to 25 years. Why face your next emergency on an empty stomach? Request your free sample today at WiseFoodStorage.com.
This week on the Weather Channel mornings, with winter weather in full effect, relentless cold has settled in across most of the nation. When will it let up, and how will it affect your travel? And we reveal...
Now with the Xfinity TV Go app, you can watch live TV anytime. It's never been easier with so many networks all in one place. Get live TV whenever you want. The Xfinity TV Go app, now with live TV on the go. Enjoy over Wi-Fi or on Verizon Wireless 4G LTE. Plus, now you get up to a $100 prepaid card when you purchase any new Verizon wireless smartphone or tablet from Comcast. Visit Comcast.com/wireless to learn more.
Every Thursday night, Xfinity from Comcast and NFL Network puts you right there for all the action. NFL Network is the place to see the rest of this season's Thursday night football games. And you won't want to miss a minute of the action. Don't miss the Chiefs versus the Raiders and every other Thursday night football matchup. Get NFL Network when you upgrade to Digital Preferred TV for just $9.99 more a month for 12 months. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Call 1-800-XFINITY or go online.
There's no obligation, so call toll-free at 1-800-200-6120.
Every Monday night this fall.
What is it that produces these things?
The Weather Channel unlocks the secrets of the Earth. The all-new season continues Monday night at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 61 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, considerable cloudiness with occasional rain showers. High 68. Chance of rain 40%. Tonight, cloudy skies early, then partly cloudy after midnight. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 62. Thursday, partly cloudy skies. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 75. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Yo, this is crazy, yo! Ah! My house! Yeah! Wow! Look, there's where my cars are supposed to be. That. Oh my gosh!
Wow, incredible indeed. An emergency situation in upstate New York. Roads are closed, towns buried, and people are stranded. But the snow is just part of the story today. People are still, of course, dealing with the bitter Arctic air, but a change is coming. We got Vivian Brown, who is here to explain when the warm-up is going to start. Vivian?
Oh, yes, and we're so happy to say that the warmth will return eventually. Look outside Atlanta. I mean, it looks bright and beautiful, but oh boy, was it cold this morning. One of the coldest mornings of the season in the Atlanta area. For the last couple of mornings, we've been having sub-freezing temperatures, right? Well, let's warm it up, okay? But let's begin, though, by showing you all of the records that we had this morning across much of the southeast and the Gulf Coastal region, even all the way down to New Orleans. We dropped down to 34 degrees this morning for a record. You could see the little dot here in southeastern Louisiana, all the dots. And as a matter of fact, each of these dots represents a record low that we had this morning. To include, Charlotte in North Carolina dropped down to 23 degrees. Columbus, Georgia for a record 26, 33 in the Jacksonville area, just above freezing as far south as Jacksonville. So the citrus crops, I'm sure they had them covered and everything. There you see New Orleans, a record low this morning of 34 degrees. Now it has really rebounded, in particular in New Orleans, where it's currently 55 degrees. Still a little chilly in Jacksonville. Atlanta, you're checking in with 41 degrees right now, but you too will warm up in time. I'll tell you more about it, because we'll notice the jet stream lifting northward, and the jet stream kind of the dividing line. It's a representation of the fastest winds in the upper levels of the atmosphere. But when the jet stream lifts northward, that means the southerly winds and all of the air from the tropics is able to move right on northward with it. So the warmer air will spread from the Gulf Coast all the way perhaps to the mid-Missouri Valley as we go through the end of the weekend. So let's check on some particulars. On Friday, we're back in the upper 50s, Atlanta. And then look at Saturday, 56 degrees. New Orleans, you will be in the 70s on Saturday. And look at this, Sunday afternoon in the Big Easy, we're talking about 77, and that will be above average by then. Back to you, Alex.
All right, thank you so much, Vivian. And without that warmer air, that's going to set the stage for potential stormy weather here for the weekend across the south. So let's talk about what's going to come together to potentially bring us this activity. Now, we look towards the Pacific. Here's the west coast of the U.S., and here's the Pacific Ocean. You're wondering, why are we looking way out here when we're talking about the chance for storms in the south? Well, it's because what's brewing here is what's going to impact us later this weekend. And we're looking at the water vapor imagery, and this sort of shows you the moisture in the middle and upper levels of the atmosphere, but you can also pick out different features, one of which you can see this little sort of curlicue spinning here. That's an upper level area of low pressure here hanging out here in the Pacific, and that is going to be the instigator for some of the storms that we see for this weekend. So we go into sort of computer forecast model mode, and depicted here in the blues, you can sort of think of it as the sort of energy associated with the system. So let's follow it here as we head on through our midweek, end of the week. Notice it goes into California, slides down into parts of the southwest, and then by the time we get into the weekend, you notice the position of it now in Texas, and that's where we'll focus our threat for the rain and storms beginning on Saturday. So heads up here Saturday along Interstate 35 to chance for storms. Then on Saturday night, we start to see things progressing a little bit farther east. So Memphis, Birmingham, even the Atlanta area along the Gulf Coast, you'll see stormy weather. Sunday as well, keeping it going now into parts of the Carolinas. Raleigh to Charlotte, sliding down to Charleston. You'll have your chance for storms on Sunday. And some of these could pack a bit of a punch now for us as we head towards the end of the week. Here we are on Friday, stormy chance anywhere in that red. Severe potential is there. Damaging winds could be something that we have to contend with out there for you, as well as some spotty hail. Dallas, you're included back down towards the Houston area. So again, Friday going to be the day, along with Saturday, also increasing our aerial coverage of the storm threat. Notice Torcon values are already getting up around a 4, so a 40% chance here of a tornado within a 50-mile radius in southeast Texas and southern Louisiana. Viv?
Thanks very much, Alex. A good look at, of course, the outlook for the severe weather over parts of the south. Meanwhile, there is a state of emergency today in upstate New York. Roads are covered, cars are stuck, and people are stranded. Coming up next, live coverage of our lake effect emergency. Stay with us.
Okay, Patrick, one more stop.
Let's go base, shark, blitz.
Base, shark, blitz.
When the game's on the line.
Okay, this is for the game.
The NFL trusts Duracell Quantum to power their game day communication.
Flag 19's hot. Abort, he's keeping it.
Duracell Quantum lasts up to 35% longer than the competition.
Oh, no.
Who are you?
Daddy, this is Blair. He booked this room with Priceline Express deals and saved a ton.
I got everything I wanted. I always do. You seem nice.
It's comfort food, but I'm not getting too comfortable with my meatloaf recipe. Tonight, I'm adding a packet of Hidden Valley Original Ranch. It's ranch-style meatloaf.
Hidden Valley. I was out for a bike ride. I didn't think I'd have a heart attack, but I did. I'm Mike, and I'm very much alive. Now my doctor recommends a Bayer aspirin regimen to help prevent another heart attack.
Be sure to talk to your doctor before you begin an aspirin regimen.
Toenail fungus? Don't hide it, fight it with new FDA-approved Jublia. Jublia, efinaconazole 10% topical solution, is a prescription medicine proven to treat fungal infections of the toenails. Use Jublia as instructed by your doctor. Most common side effects include ingrown toenail, application site redness, itching, swelling, burning or stinging, blisters, and pain. Fight it! Ask your doctor now if new Jublia is right for you.
Hey, it's me, Strawberry Shortcake. Remember how very excited you were getting me as a holiday gift? Well, you can feel that same excitement again with a new Honda Odyssey Air Pilot during Happy Honda Days. They come with a rear-view camera and that new car smell. I wish it smelled more like strawberries. Or blueberries. Or oranges. Or get your own Honda commercial. Get something you'll love at the Happy Honda Day sales event, where all 2015 models come standard with a rear-view camera.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm on it. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're covered, Kevin.
Thanks, Melinda.
I have blah blah insurance, so person, come help.
Hey, Grandma. Dad, look who it is.
I see who it is.
6 callers ahead of us, Jimmy.
You're not helping.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. They're to help you anytime, anywhere, anyway. That's getting to a better state.
This week on the Weather Channel mornings, with winter weather in full effect, relentless cold has settled in across most of the nation. When will it let up, and how will it affect your travel? And we reveal the top 5 airports with the most weather delays. Is yours on the list? Find out. Wake Up with Al and AMHQ this week on the Weather Channel mornings.
Currently in our area, 61 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, considerable cloudiness with occasional rain showers. High 68. Chance of rain 40%. Tonight, cloudy skies early, then partly cloudy after midnight. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 62. Thursday, partly cloudy skies. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 75. Here's our 7-day outlook.
This Sunday night on the Weather Channel, you'll never know how twisted weather can be. Wicked Weather Sundays, every Sunday night at 9 on the Weather Channel.